Hello students, today we will study about the classification in plants on the basis of their habitat. So students, plants are classified into two types. First is aquatic plants, second is terrestrial plants. So aquatic plants means the plants that grow in the water are called aquatic plants. For example, water lily, lotus, water hyacinth and duckweed. Again, aquatic plants are classified into three types. First is a floating plants, second is a underwater plants and third is a fixed plant. So next classification of plant is terrestrial plants. Terrestrial plants means plants that grow on land are called terrestrial plants. For example, banyan tree, mango tree and many other trees. So terrestrial plants also classified into five types. First is plains, second is hilly regions, then windy regions, fourth is deserts, fifth is marshy regions. So friends, open your textbook page number 194 and we will discuss on the adaptation in aquatic plants.
Aquatic plants. Aquatic plant means plants that grow in water are called aquatic plants or hydrophytes. So aquatic plants also classified into three types. First is the floating plants, second is the fixed plant and third is the underwater plants. So students, now we are going to see the adaptation in these plants. So first is a floating plants and its adaptation. So floating plants means plants that float on the surface of water and move along with the water are called floating plants. For example, water hyacinth and duckweed. Then adaptation in floating plants. First is a spongy body. So floating plants have a spongy body with hollow space filled with air, and this spongy body helps them to float easily on the surface of water. Second is the root system. So the root system of floating plants is not fixed to the bottom of the water body. Third is leaves. The leaves of floating plants have stomata on the upper surface, and because of this stomata they can easily exchange their gases in the water. So next is a fixed plant and its adaptation. So fixed plants means plants that float on the surface of water but do not move along with the water are called fixed plants. For example, water lily and lotus. Then adaptation in fixed plant. First is the root system. So the root system of fixed plant is fixed to the soil at the bottom of the water body. Second is a stem. So fixed plants have light and hollow stems to help the leaves to float on the water. Third is the leaves. So the leaves of the fixed plants have a stomata on the upper surface for exchange of gases. And the leaves also have a long slender stalk. And leaves also have waxy surface from which water slides off. Third is a underwater plants. So underwater plants means plants that grow completely under the water are called underwater. For example, hydrilla, an underwater plant also called submerged plants. So now we will see the adaptation in underwater plants. So first is the root system. The roots of underwater plants fix them to the muddy soil at the bottom of the water body. Second is the leaves. So leaves of the underwater plants are thin and narrow, and the leaves do not have stomata. So the plants are adapted to the breathe through their body surface, means the leaves do not have stomata, and because of this they can breathe through their body surface. Third is the exchange of gases. So the exchange of gases takes place in the underwater plants through the dissolved gases in the water, means oxygen is dissolved in the water, and through this dissolved oxygen the underwater plants can exchange their gases. So students, you have to solve the exercise of the textbook page number 195, and in next video we are going to learn about terrestrial plants in details. Thank you, students.